All right. I think we are live on LinkedIn. We are live here in Zoom. So welcome to the What's the Buzz monthly chat series. It's Amy Keenan, founder of the ISV Society here, hosting this monthly chat every month. It's the second Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern for 20 minutes, bringing you educational, informational content, tips and tricks, industry trends, and trying just to keep up with the latest and greatest that's going on in this wonderful ERP ecosystem. So we're just letting some people here in Zoom. This is going to be recorded. And so I will be sending out a recording email to all afterwards. So in case you miss it or I have to jump off, don't worry, the recording email will be in your inbox in the next couple of days. We are live here in Zoom and LinkedIn. We are here with Endpoint, and I do have Seth here who is going to be sharing, as you can see, probably from this picture, what we'll be talking about today. But basically, we're ditching the paper process in a modern world, and who doesn't want to do that? Especially me. So I will hand the reins over to Seth to take it away.
Awesome. I appreciate it, Amy. Thank you so much for having us. Very excited I think this is my first time on here. First of all, Seth Fike. I'm the VP of Sales over here at Endpoint Automation Solution. And I have been here for about 8 years. So I really kind of grew up in distribution and manufacturing automation. That's where I kind of want to start today is just kind of demystifying that a little bit. Those are some words that we hear a lot. Endpoint as well as just a common use term. So to just kind of set the stage, our focus over here at Endpoint before we even get started is we want to track your inventory inbound throughout your either production process and your warehouse and outbound and everything in between. So how we do that is typically the question, but that is our goal is to give you traceability of what's happening within your four walls. And so we start actually with the barcode. So I think this is a cool slide, just kind of talks about 1979, where the barcode was invented, but this is where the basis of our technology is. So as that product comes in, and most of you on here or that are going to be listening has heard of a barcode, we are utilizing this technology to track and trace your product from receiving to production, maybe that's a work order process, to inventory, whether we're counting it, and then the outbound side. Now, there's a lot of different variations and a lot of different spins on barcodes that we can help you with, but at the very basics and simple idea of it, that's what we're aiming to do here with our solution. Now, we do this in a couple different ways. We do this by integrating with your solution. So that's where we actually were founded. So if you're not familiar with Endpoint, you may be familiar with Scanco. That was our formal name that we went through. We kind of grew up in the Sage 100 world. We are an embedded solution, meaning that we use the ERP as the source of record. But throughout that time, we've grown and we've made some acquisitions. So today we do all of those things I just talked about. We do the manufacturing and the distribution management through barcodes, either in a cloud-based solution that is sitting outside of your ERP but integrated, or in an integrated function where we're using the ERP as the source of record. So we really have two flavors depending on the size of the company and the growth of the company. But again, I don't want anyone to get lost in what our mission is. It's to track product through the receiving process all the way to the outbound process. Some fun pictures of us that we can talk about another time on this slide, but that's really the history of us as a company and where we are today. Now, again, if you haven't heard from us about us, been in business about 36 years. So we've been doing this a long time. Again, 8 years of my life has been spent in the four walls of a warehouse, going on site to facilities once a month, just kind of learning and having customer visits and really kind of understanding supply chain in general. We have 90% customer retention, so something I'm really, really proud about. But we have a big base. We have 40,000 active users. We have over 2,500 entities, companies that are using our solution. Now, this is whether you're on Sage 100, 500, Intact, any of the Sage products, Acumatica, NetSuite, Microsoft, whether it's GP, BC, or even on the QuickBooks side, we are going to have a product for you. And we'll talk about here in a little bit of how we can make sure that we're the right product and that we're the right fit for that particular instance. So again, really, really proud of this slide, but I just want to really highlight the fact that whatever ERP, and I know that a lot of you are ERP agnostic or you're using an ERP that's different than maybe one of the ones I just talked to, we have a cloud-based solution that is open API in the background that we can talk to that ERP or we can even run it standalone. Now, our special sauce, what kind of makes us unique here, is something I want to spend a little bit of time on. Um, I believe firmly, and our company believes firmly, that most WMSs, enterprise software, whether it's an MES, TMS, MES, all these different acronyms that you may have heard that are very, very overwhelming, we believe that it's really a top-down focus that the industry has really kind of driven in. We want to be more bottoms up. And what I mean by that is I don't want something that is over engineered. I don't want something that is super customized. I don't want this product that really turns into Franken software, if you know that term, where when you decide to upgrade or you decide to move on, it's this lengthy conversation that we have to have because we have all these different lines of codes. We truly believe in best practices and we truly believe that our WMS, so warehouse management system, can be agile enough that we can solve one or two problems for you, whether that is I need to be able to do a physical count. We have year end coming up. So maybe at the end of the year, we want to be able to actually do a count and track our variances so that we can go into 26 with some kind of accuracy. Maybe it's on the picking side. I know a lot of companies have hired people to just do double checks so that whenever you're picking product out the door, you're not doing mispicks and we're not having any clawbacks. Or maybe it's as simple as, hey, I just want to be able to replenish my primary locations so that I can actually adhere to some of the FIFO laws that are coming down in 25, 26 if you're a food company. So we want to take on those very strategic and specific problems and solve them from day one and then grow with you. This is fundamentally different than what the industry has wanted to do. Most of the industry wants to solve everything. You get this really over-engineered software. Your customers or your employees don't tend to utilize it or really start to use it. And then we have a conversation 6 months down the line where it says, hey, we're not even using this. That is not our intention. Our intention is to get you using our solution as soon as possible, sometimes in 2 to 4 weeks, and to grow with you with the different problems that make your business unique that we've been able to solve for those 36 years. Again, I think that's a very different focus than some of the companies that are in our industry happen. Now, how do we do that is also part of the question. So, the first one, as I kind of work left to right, is our companion app. So, this is your pick up your phone, download the application, Endpoint, Warehouse 100. That's the name of these applications. This is what your front end user is actually going to be using. It's your floor team. This is what they're going to engage with every day. I want to make sure this is very simple for them. I want to make sure that it has the ability to grow, and I want to make sure it's what they're used to on a day-to-day basis. Then I want to look at your integration, whether that's your ERP. So one of those 5, 6 ERPs that I described. Now, again, this could be Acumatica Sage, NetSuite, Dynamics, or it could be QuickBooks. Or this can say you can come to us and say, hey, I just want to be able to utilize your embedded solution. I want something a little lighter. I don't need this fully robust cloud software. Either one, we're going to be able to work with you on, and we're going to be able to help you make the decision. I have a customer I'm working with right now. They are really big on that physical count process by the end of the year. They're going to get on our embedded solution and then move to our cloud solution when they want more robust functionality going into 26. So again, purposely built for you so that you can grow, so you don't feel like you have to bite off everything all at once. From an leadership standpoint, you want to be able to actually have some reporting. So you want to be able to see what's happening. We have our floor people working out on the floor. We have our operation leaders that are kind of making some decisions, but what in the business is happening? So if you're a business leader here, you want to quickly be able to see how much stock I have, what are my variances, what's my waste, what are my labor percentages for a work order that I'm utilizing so that I can get my costing right. These are all things that you should be thinking about when it comes to a solution, and we're going to be able to solve it with this particular block. We want to make sure from your IT's perspective that it's very user friendly. So we want to make sure that not only is it easy for them to understand so that your IT department can ultimately support this, but that There's integrations that can happen, or there's conversations that can happen later from an upgrade standpoint. I want to make this as easy as possible for that team. And then from the API side, we want to make a determination for you of where am I going to go? And I mean by am I going to be on a Sage 100 product and then I want to move to a Sage Intacct product and I want my team to use the same interface, but it's just a connector swip. Maybe that's the cloud solution that we're discussing where I don't have to rip and replace my WMS based on my ERP conversation. These are all factors that you should be thinking about when it comes to a solution like ours. Now, if there's anything that I can give you for this, and this is whether you're working with us, working with any ERP or enterprise software, no matter what, these are the five people that departments, I should say, that are really involved in a decision like this. And I highly, highly recommend you get them involved as soon as possible. Again, it doesn't matter if you're working with us or anyone. It's going to be the people actually using it. It's going to be your operational leaders. It's going to be your executive team, somebody from IT and finance. You'll notice on the previous slide, all those different points that I talked to align and match up here because they truly do affect everyone. All of these five people are going to make up a solution for success. And this is again what kind of makes us very unique in the industry is we require these people to be involved so that when we get into the implementation, everyone is informed and everyone is aware of how that project is. Again, for us, it's all about you guys using the solution, not just buying the solution. So, what does this all mean? What does this all correlate to from that standpoint? Well, from my perspective, that means that we can finally trust our inventory. Whether, again, you're just doing some basic receiving. I need to receive product in, I need to track lots, and I need to get off of paper, as Amy mentioned earlier, and just get to a more efficient process. Or I want to focus on the outbound side and I want to focus on, hey, I don't want any more mispicks. I don't want to run out of product. I want to be aware of these decisions before they happen. Or we flip over to the work order side. I need to be able to manage my work orders. I need to be able to track my labor. I need to know my goods. Maybe you're back flushing today and you don't want to back flush. You want to track things in real time. If you're a food company, there's a lot of regulations coming up, as I mentioned earlier, that we want to make sure that we can adhere to for lot expiration dates and things of that nature from an audit standpoint. These are all things that we're going to be able to do with the system when you're tracking product and your primary focus is tracking it in the door correctly and out the door correctly. And again, I want to make sure that that is very clear here. That is what we're doing. We're using that barcode technology to track product in, track product out, and everything in between. And we're using scanning to make sure that it's validated and correctly. That can be through the cloud or that can be through an embedded solution. So very important decision, obviously, from your standpoint of where do we want to start, but just know that we're going to be able to help you in both ways. So again, this was more of a high level from a WMS or a warehouse management system standpoint. But some just kind of notes, I'll let you read them on screen that I'm very proud of. The piece I want to drive home is really some of the logos in the bottom because this is not a solution that's just made for the enterprises, usually some big names. We are really, really focused in the SMB and mid-market space. That is where, again, we've kind of lived for the last 36 years. Whether you're a smaller mom and pop shop with 5, 10, 15, 20 employees, or you're someone who's emerging into the mid-market with 50, 100, 150, or even somebody that's more of an enterprise solution or that needs an enterprise solution, we have customers throughout the time. It's really important, again, that we start the conversation bottoms up rather than tops up. We don't try to solve everything all at once, but we try to solve one or two problems in a short amount of time so that we can grow and we can really make a difference inside your business. So that is my time today. I just wanted to kind of give everyone kind of an overview of what it looks like. Again, my name is Seth Fike. I'm the VP of Sales here. I'm happy to do one of two things. One, if you want to reach out to me and see a demo, I'm happy to show you the product. I think we have some demos that are coming up for ERP specific, but if you want to fast track, feel free to reach out and I'm happy to give you a presentation.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Seth. It's just I love how you just say involve everybody from the company because they all have to use this software, right? This is all going to help everybody. And and streamline everything and make it easier and for them and their job. And so, yeah, I love that you said maybe make sure everybody is involved in the process because that's so important since they're the hands-on people using it day in and day out. So it makes sense, right?
Agreed. Agreed. We've had a lot of success doing it that way, so it's very important for us to make sure everyone's involved.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in this month for the October What's the Buzz monthly chat series. So excited that you joined us this week, this month. And of course, stay tuned for next month. We still have two more left this year. Can't believe it's Q4. We're almost at the end of the year. It's kind of crazy how it flies by, but stay tuned for November and December's, and we will see you then. And thank you again for joining us. And thank you, Seth, for being my guest this month.
Appreciate you having me. It's great to hear from you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.